Okay, so we decided to take a break from video editing and just wanted to walk around with this nice Winterland. As you can see, all the trees has this white on them, and now with the sun it's just melting and the snow is falling right at me now how it's melting. But I can't wait to show you, like how it looks like in the forest because it's so pretty. Now you see how it's falling everywhere, but let's go walk in the forest so you can see more. Look at the big difference in the tones and colors from here. Like you can paint it totally blue and white, and then you can go more to the warm tones where the sun is. So yeah, this is really great for inspiration. Look how heavy it is! Suddenly it's so up, and my hand is frozen. I can already smell some cows in the distance, so I think I might show you some of those too. And I'm just looking at all the snow, and do you remember like in the movie with Frozen how many colors they actually used when they painted, like all the orangey and red ones when it was like a danger, and then it's like all these blues and purples. So every time you are drawing snow, try to think of like how many colors you can actually use, and the snow doesn't have to be only white, but yeah, so whenever you start designing something, just look around and look up some reference images and just do some research, and it might be also this nice and sunny. And let me cross the road, there is some tractor coming, but I think I will go up to the sunny side. There is the tractor and yeah, let's see more. So look at the light here on the path. Someone was going here maybe with a pram or skis or sled, I don't know, but this is really great for inspiration. Look at this, like super nice light streak here and here. So it's perfect for studying because the camera doesn't show you really how it is in a real life, but you can clearly see the step between like the light here, which is super bright, and then it's getting to these really dark blue tones, which you can of course adjust in your painting. Okay, so it should be shining somewhere here. Yeah, as you see, like it's brightening us. Woo, so nice. Isn't this magical? I love all the snow on these tree branches. So nice. It's still a blue sky behind me, but it really started to snow, so we decided to go home because I think I will be pretty, soaked with all the snow. But anyway, almost there. Actually, the forest is not that far from our house, so that's pretty great. And I will go and get dry and maybe draw something, maybe something with the snow. So let's go home. So as I mentioned to you guys, I wanted to paint something with the snow setting as I had so much inspiration from the forest, and I decided to paint foxes in my setting because what is cuter than the foxes in the forest? And you can also let me know in the comments what other animals do you like to paint in the forest. So how I started my sketching was to define simple shapes and silhouettes for the foxes, where would be the action line, and how can be the two foxes different in the poses, of course, and maybe in size. And I really like also the warm light from the sun, so I decided to make the foxes actually orange, not white as they might be in a winter. So kind of to emphasize this warmth from the light, I chose these warm tones for the foxes, and also kind of like autumn leaves, which are more orange. Of course I didn't see this on my walk, but you can see combination of autumn orangey leaves with the snow in some areas in the mountains, so we can still make the painting believable. and the snow on the tree trunks. So it actually reminded me of birch tree. So I decided to paint birch trees instead of normal pine trees or other trees I actually saw in the forest. And I painted on more layers for easier adjustment, so I can make maybe the background darker or lighter if I need it, or a foreground darker and the foxes were also on the separate layer. Then I also have different brushes for a texture on the trees and the snow, and I had one big soft brush for the background light and another brush for the leaves, so I can define them better in the later stages. The foxes I defined more times because I didn't like the shape of the face. And I used also the lasso tool for the details and the brush paint over afterwards to define the face better, so I can play with the shapes there. And of course, as you saw from the reference, you can add a lot of falling snow to kind of show that there is maybe a breeze, or you can add marks from the animal paws in the snow where the animals actually came from, and you can lead the eye of the viewer in the image like this as well. And this whole image took me with all the details and texturing around 2 to 3 hours from the sketch to this final drawing. And at the end I also added small birds on the branches, which are not like a point of the focus, but they add nice detail and other colorful details on the tree barks. So hope you guys like it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.